Good, YouTube? Back again with D.N.A. Show you what the current's doing and breaking it down. Woman set on fire. This dude set his girlfriend on fire. Allegedly. Looks like, I think they said it was leaving clothes. Who was over leaving clothes in the laundromat. But who cares about that rap? Let's focus on another point. You know, a girl being set on fire, but it has to be another point to it, right? It can't be just she set on fire. Has to be another side to that story, right? So, yeah.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Yeah, that could be, I don't know, I'm just saying, it's a lonely world, right? I'm just saying. You think I wouldn't set her on fire because the song was playing or something? This shit isn't real. Trying to tell you. Fucking illusion. This dude, 17-year-old self-proclaimed white supremacist, will be arraigned today in what police say is the plot to attack fellow students in a high school in Russell County, Alabama, with homemade explosive devices. So if you remember what I was saying about the guns, how it doesn't matter, because people know how to make guns. This falls right into it, you know. And like I said, they're not terrorists. There's nothing to get angry about. They're allowed to do this. We're allowing it. But you gotta understand why we're allowing it. Or you can't get past this extreme to see the other. You know, what you fear most is always right in your face. But if you can't face it, you won't even know why you're afraid. You have to face it with subtle, calm, cool, and collected energy. Just don't go all fucking crazy with the shit and get berserk and go the fuck off. Nothing to go off about. You know, for the most part, people are actually enjoying stuff like this. You know, it created an attraction. They don't know that their brains like it because they don't understand positive and negative charges. They just think things are positive and things are negative. That may be true, but things aren't just positive and just negative. A positive has a negative end behind it, and a negative has a positive end behind it. So a negative and a positive are both a positive and a negative, and a negative and a positive, and a positive and a negative. It goes both ways, okay? If you can't look past that, you can't see the other end of it. You know, you gotta really look past it. And like I said, they're not terrorists. It's all of these things that you see. At first you would be like, man, he's a white supremacist. Derek Trout was arrested Friday after teacher at Russell County High School found what appears to be the teen's journal and contacted the authorities. Police said the journal contained plans to kill 6 students and 1 teacher with homemade grenades. 6 of the 7 individuals were black. Okay, get pissed off, go slap a white person in the face, make a video arguing about what white people did and all of that crap. And that's what they need you to do. These people are dying. You gotta understand that. If you really understand the mental illness, the physical illness, the the unsubtle thoughts and the very deep despair and regret and shame that has been bestowed or placed or invoked over these people's lives, you would you would just let them go ahead and just to go through that, man, and just be glad that you don't have to do that. These people are fucking sick. They're sick. You see what our people doing. They sick too, so imagine how sick this motherfucker is. He's sick. It doesn't mean, unless you're going to cure him, leave him the fuck alone. He's worse off than he would be if we got up and slaughtered all of them. That would probably make them happy. If we got up and was like, oh man, we're going to get rid of all of these motherfuckers, and they just but they're already gone. They're suffering so fucking bad right now, it's not even funny. It's not funny, man. Do you know what it's like to wake up in a place where the system is set up where everything you do is exposed? You know, black people do things because their conditions are screwed up, but white people are doing shit because this is just what they do, and it's available. This whole system is set up and it's available for them. The things that the psychotic things that they do are available, and it's not necessarily wrong. Remember, there is no wrong or right, and I don't care what anybody says. Call me the devil, call it whatever you want, but even if you call me the devil, you're still saying something is wrong, and you're not looking at what's right. See what I'm saying? There's a negative and a positive. I appear to be negative when I say that there's no wrong or right, but here goes the positive. If you have these people who do these things, and the system is set up for them to go and do and purchase these type of explosives and shoot up schools and bomb countries and steal people's different religions and languages and stuff and twist it all up, or put poisonous stuff in foods or poisonous information in education systems. If they can do all of this and this stuff is available, then what's really going on is that the universe is giving us the opportunity to pass judgment by looking. All we have to do is look. We don't have to pass judgment with his judgment tactics. His judgment over someone is to physically do something to it. Physical punishment is really not that bad. All it is a bunch of brain signals going crazy. Ow, that hurts. Ow, 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 ow. I mean, eventually there's only but so much pain you can go through. Okay? Their pain is lifelong pain. When they're born with that corruption. And they might never even find out who they are or why they're doing what they're doing. They'll just think that they're a fucked up person and will never know about it. The same way black people used to grow up and think that they were monkeys and die and never know that they were way more than that until they get to the other side. Then their kids grow up like that. They can't come back over here and tell them because now the kids believe in ghosts. You know, so, hold on a second. Never mind. I can't even find it because everything is all boxed up in the way right now. Because, yeah. About to relocate again, but that's another story. I told y'all the surprises and stuff is coming. Just gotta maneuver cautiously, calmly. Don't work too hard for it, you know. I want to sustain the magic. So, yeah, you know, it's not a bad thing. It appears to be bad, just like what I say when I say there's no good or evil or no bad or good or right or wrong. That appears to be bad. That's the apparent. But you gotta look at these things, man. These people are suffering so freaking bad, man. Like, his face, man, the dude looks hurt. Go look at that shit. He looks fucked. Like he has nothing to live for or something. Like, all of this stuff around here, and you can't figure out anything to do but to hurt yourself. and hurt other people and make up lies, that's the only thing you can do on this whole planet. Man, with one island, I could do a bunch of stuff. Just with one island, I would feel like there's so much to learn. That's it. If this place was just one island, everything else was water, just an island floating around them, I would find a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to learn. But, you know, like I said, they're in there deep. So you gotta focus on the other end of these negatives and positives. There's always other ends to it. You know, there's other ends to this stuff, and if you focus the right way and don't get all emotional over stuff, learn how to control your anger, understand the anger, then you're no longer angry. Because you know why you're angry. You're only angry because you don't understand something. You're only frustrated because you don't understand something. You're sad because you don't understand it. Everything is a misunderstanding. You misunderstood. And then the energy sits inside of your emptiness and just becomes that. And you're possessed by the sad force. Or you're possessed by the frustrated force. Or the angry force. These are different things that happen, different situations. And trust me, the emotions could go on forever. We're having so many emotional attacks now that some of them don't even have names. Some of these emotions don't have names. You'll just be feeling fucked up because you're feeling fucked up. You don't really know what it is. Like, you sad, you angry, you need to talk about something. No, man, I'm good. Like, man, you look hurt. But that's how it goes. You know, you got to learn how to, energy is always coming at you. But, you know, like I said, if you're not in the right position, or not just physically, but spiritually, if you're not positioned correctly, you're not going to understand what the hell is going on. You're not going to even want to try to understand. A lot of people don't even care to try to figure anything out because they think that everything is already set out for them. So they take an experience and they chalk it up with what somebody told them before or somebody else's excuse for why things are going on. And there really is none of that. It's just, you better understand that situation. If you don't understand it, leave it alone. Be like, damn, well, I can't focus on that right now. Use your ignoring power. Ignore it. It takes energy to ignore the same way it takes energy to be frustrated. Ignore the frustration. It'll all be over. It has to be over. Okay, now we're going to move on to this one. The Texas chainsaw rips through... Oh, no. Where's that? Is this it? This is not what it said before. Well, it said that, now they're talking about a movie, but before they were talking about how people enjoy, young women enjoy being, you know, horror films where they're gory horror films and stuff like that. They enjoy it, and it's mostly young Caucasian women, and I'm gonna tell you why they enjoy it. They enjoy this because it's the type of energy that their forefathers left behind for them. Yeah, well, both of those make sense. Behind them or behind for them. That's what they left for them. So it's what they're feeling. They're not looking for it, you know, like directly. It's just something that they're attracted to because of what's been going on, you know. So it's gruesome. When you see the little white girl falls down and starts crawling, motherfuckers butchering her back out and everything, hanging her by her legs, ripping them apart, snapping her goddamn neck, slitting her throat, all of that shit. They feel like that's what is going to happen to them. And that's what's happening. That's what's going on in their spirit. Because they are, whether they like it or not, they have to try to gain the spirit. It's why they want to listen to music. It's why they want to laugh. It's why they want to experience love. But they don't know what any of these things are. So when the energy finally gets given to them and they don't use it for something, like people who come up with nothing, the amount of energy we have, we could have been dancing all last week. The next week, say Christmas came and you don't have anything. That happens all the time. We don't have shit. But we find we got enough energy where we can make a game out of nothing, just paper or something. have fun. You know what I'm saying? We could sit there and play games with each other with nothing, not even paper, and just make up a game. It'd be fun. We'd be laughing for hours and want to do it again later. That we know how to use the energy. We just don't know that we're doing it. Another thing I wanted to talk about, now that I'm on this topic, is how. Okay, I was looking at this show called Dead Zone, right? And in Dead Zone, the guy's like, these kids are walking past him playing around, and he, superpower, zones out and he sees the coffee falls on top of the boy's head, and then he comes back, and then he moves the boy out the way. Now, if I were to show you this video clip, you would look at it and be like, whoa, like from your ego would hit you with like, yeah, that's just a show and it's impossible. And it's supposed to do that. All the way up until you tell yourself that that's not impossible. Actually, it's common. People just don't think. People don't think. In your head, kids will be kids. They're supposed to do it. You say kids will be kids, but you don't know what all these adults have been doing for the past 400 years. So it's dangerous. You walking around with coffee, serving coffee to people, boiling hot stuff. I still don't understand. I don't know why the fuck people boil shit and put it in their mouth and be while it's burning hot, toasting your mouth. I don't get it, but when that coffee falls on top of that boy's head, it really isn't his fault. You the one who, that's really the child. The so-called child who gets the coffee spilled on his head is just going through life feeling the energy that he's getting when he first gets here. You walking around, here's your coffee, sir. Boiled up some dark stuff for you. Go ahead and sip on it. Slow. Don't burn your tongue. Which is inevitable. So these things are common. These are not super abilities, but when they put them, they downgrade these things. They dumb it down so that you think like, whoa, that's just on TV. Ain't no, whoa, that shit's just on no goddamn TV. The only times I've done that, I wouldn't even put my child on a damn bike. But most people would just say, yeah, kids are supposed to ride bikes. Right, for what? You know what's going to happen. They're not going to just ride the shit around forever with no mistakes or nothing. The bikes are made for that. They're made for car crashes. They're made for you to fall off the sidewalk. They're made for you to run into parked cars. They're made for you to crash into other people. They're made for you to go, I wonder if I could jump over those stairs. I wonder if I could jump up that thing. I wonder if I could do a wheelie for 5 minutes. It does it to you. That's what the bike is made for. The first person to ride a bike, I guarantee you, they were just entertaining somebody. Just like I told you with Shakespeare and a fork. It was entertainment, and then it turns into a way of life. No, it's not happening over here. It won't be over here. I'm not trying to kiss no boo-boos. You know what I'm saying? You can fall off. You can fall on your own time. You know what I'm saying? Fall on your own feet. I'm not in the mood for all that arguing with people talking about like you were speeding. Well, I put my child on the damn bike and sent his ass in the middle of the damn street. Or told him to ride on the sidewalk. You know he gonna go in the damn street. I did it. I ain't listening to nobody talk. Soon as she turned her damn head, I'm going into the street with this damn bike. She come out and ask me how the hell I got on the other sidewalk. I'm gonna say I went all the way around. Come on now, we already know what's gonna go down. So let's not play this game. We're not gonna play games. Take shit for what the fuck it is. That's all you gotta do. So a mother rescues her daughter from a 6-foot python after waking to find snake wrapped around the infant's arm. Boom. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking about the energy that I was just talking about. That's Kundalini energy for your ass. That's what happens when it falls down into the physical realm. It's wrapped around Miss Gerthy's little daughter, and bitter on their hand. Talk about some Kundalini. That's where the energy fell at. You know, like I said, a lot of things appear to be wrong and right, but sometimes it's just what it is. You're just supposed to look at like, damn, the energy's really falling in there, and really falling in there, falling through. So that's pretty much it. Pretty much. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, courts in Lynchburg evacuated following a bomb threat. What more can I say, people? Richmond, Virginia. Bomb threat. Courts evacuated. For about 2 hours on Monday morning. What do y'all think is going on? I mean, they're not terrorists. I mean, this had to be some white dude who just didn't want to go to court, or he was angry at the courts after he came home from his case. Could have been any type of ticket. Could have been he could have slapped his wife. Could have, spanked his child a little too hard. Could have threw a cigarette butt down in a wrong area. I don't know. Stole a car, raped somebody, attempted to kill somebody, sold some weed. I don't know. Stole a fucking phone. I really don't know. But whatever it wasn't enough for him to go to jail and get locked up because he did a bomb threat. Okay? It seems like every other day we have terrorists all over our country committing terrorism. Remember I told y'all they weren't talking about the terror from our family across the seas. They're not worried about the Somalians, the Arabs. They're not worried about the Jamaicans and the Cubans. They're not worried about the Peruvians and the Mexicans. They're not worried about that. They're talking about scaring your ass. They know that they are terrorists, but when they speak to you in reverse, there goes that negative and positive again. You taking it for face value and you think somebody's talking to somebody else. They're not talking about somebody else, they're talking about you. They're scaring your ass with what they're talking about. They're scaring you. But, like I said, I'm going to break it down until it sticks. I'm going to load this one up and let y'all have at it. Yep. That shit is crazy. I mean, I can break it all down. I can keep on breaking it down. I'm not cheating. I don't know if people think that because this shit seems like it's a setup because it's too perfectly aligned with what I'm talking about, but I'm just showing you how concepts are concepts. It's just, I told you the truth. Someone could tell you something and put a little voodoo spin on it and you be living a life and never know who the fuck you were. The difference is, I'm telling you what it really is, and now you can also take the plate and eat from it. When they gave you the plate, they didn't give you food with it. It looked like food, so you ate it. Eventually you got immune to it, and there it goes. But y'all know what it is. If you don't, you will soon find out, because it's not a joke. It's very serious. I'm very serious. And hey, I'm gonna push this shit all the way to the edge and then watch it slide off. And I'm gonna go back for another load and I'm gonna do it again. And y'all can help. Send me your energy however you need to. Peace.